Yo, what's up everybody? It is your boy Brandon. Welcome back to the channel, and I thought I would just drop a video real quick because I had a lot of people asking me about portrait lenses. I'm getting into photography. What lens should I get? What lenses should you recommend? What lenses do you recommend? You know, I've used a lot of lenses in my time as a photographer. Even though portraiture is my niche, I've shot weddings, I shot landscape, I shot real estate, and more so, I've just used a variety of lenses, basically whatever I needed to do to get the job done. When Sigma first announced this lens, it would be one of the best portrait lenses ever. Just because I know what it is like to be on location and shooting and wish you had a little bit of something or a little bit too much out of a lens. I've used a lot of lenses, like the 85mm, like a 1.4, 1.2. I've used a 50, and I've also used a 135. These are all your primary lenses that portrait photographers use basically to get portraits, whether they're trying to get more in the scene like an environmental portrait, or they're actually trying to get portraitures, you know, that look to really just capture the essence of a person. But what I noticed in a lot of those lenses, being out on location, was that I was just always missing something out of each of those lenses. I would use the 85mm, and sometimes it just felt like I just needed a little bit more reach. I wanted a little bit more compression. So sometimes the 85 was just like, I just need a little bit more. When I used the 50mm and I would try to get a particular shot, it was only good for a few things that I wanted to do. Whether I wanted to give a little bit more into the image, where I wanted to give the audience a little bit more of the environment along with the subject. But again, it was just a little bit short. And then if I wanted to get closer, I would have to get closer, and then I would kind of mess up my composition and my depth of field because it wouldn't compress like I really wanted it to. And then we go to the 135mm.
So I don't mind the 135 focal length. It's a specialty lens, all right? It's only a lens that you use when you want to get a few long shots, blur out the background, but I can't stay back there, all right? I'm way too disconnected from my model as a photographer. I hate that. Now, how it compares to the 105. Look, I'm gonna put that crap to rest today. I think the comparison is stupid, all right? Because that's what the biggest difference between the 105 is and the 135. The 105 allows you to engage, all right? Y'all can't keep telling people that, oh, the 130, listen, the 135 is a specialty lens, all right? You only put it on for about few shots and then you take it off because you mess up your composition. If you go too close, you're gonna mess up your composition, all right? If you're too far away, that's about the only shots that you can get. Other than that, you are so far away you can't engage and you're stuck at 135mm, all right?
Out on location with all that room you have is something that you bring out when you want to get a particular shot. It's not something that you can use all day, every day in any type of situation. And then Sigma goes and releases the AKA Boca Master. The Sigma 105mm 1.4 is just an all-around incredible lens. The area in focus is extremely sharp, while the out of focus areas features just a beautiful bokeh effect with really highly natural colors, making this lens just a powerful choice for portrait photography. This thing does something just an incredible. It was designed to minimize flare and ghosting. The glass elements are specifically designed to reduce chromatic aberration. And when they first developed the 105, I was trying to wonder why this lens was so different than every other lens. I mean, yes, it has 17 groups. It's all kind of special coating. I mean, this lens was created for portraiture. It was nicknamed the Boca Master a lot of times because it has those 9 rounded aperture blades, really big aperture blades in that 105. Specifically designed to create a more attractive and high quality background blur. Beautiful shallow depth of field, that beautiful rounded circular bokeh that Now with that out of focus area, this makes your image and your subject just pop like no other lens. It's the pop of the 105 just sets it apart from 85s and everything else. Even shooting with the 105 in Super 35 mode, the APS-C will give you that full frame equivalent of about 157 millimeters. Crazy reach. Having an amazing fast wide open aperture like that is great. Doesn't mean you always have to shoot at 105, and even when you stop this lens down, it makes for such an absolute incredible sharp image. It is amazing when it comes to quality and portraiture. I don't really see another lens beating or challenging the 105 for quite some time, unless I always said unless they come out with a Sigma 105 millimeter 1.2, then that's probably going to be something that everybody's going to have in their bag. I mean, can you imagine a 105 1.2? I mean, we have a 35 1.2, we got a 50 1.2, got an 85 1.2, you know, but that focal range up there, 100 millimeter or 105 millimeter 1.2, you think that the 105 1.4 is the Boca Master now. Just imagine if they came out with a 105 1.2. With all that being said, even in 2022, the Sigma 105mm 1.4 is still the king of portrait lenses. It still renders the background, the compression, better than any other lens I've ever used. And I've used a lot of 1.2s, 1.4s. But it's the versatility of the 105 that really gets you. You would think that you would have to stand long distance away when using the 105, but you don't. I mean, the way it can capture a portraiture or a portrait, just being really close to them is absolutely incredible. It goes everywhere with me in my bag. I never leave the 105 behind, and you might think that the weight of the 105 may be a discernment or a no-go or turn off, but it's not. The Sigma 105mm 1.4 still goes, if I'm not mistaken, for $15.99. I probably never see the 105mm 1.4 really losing its value at all because it is just that good. If you are a serious photographer and you're a serious portrait photographer and you're really thinking about taking your photography to the next level and continuing this beyond just a hobby, and you're really serious about portraits, the 105mm should be in your bag. It should pretty much go everywhere that you go with it, or it should pretty much go everywhere that you go. I really never leave my 105 at home. Because I always feel like there's something that I can get, even with every photo shoot. Even when I'm doing a specific photo shoot for a specific lens or review, I just have to take that 105 and get images with it because it's just that good. It makes you want to shoot. The huge glass elements, the weight, I mean everything. I mean, it screams portraits. It is still the king of portrait lenses. I don't see the 105mm 1.4 being dethroned in a very long time. Again, the only thing that I can see dethroning the 105mm as the king of all portrait lenses right now is if they came out with a 1.2. So, is the 105 still the king of all lenses in 2022 and going into 2023? Until somebody drops another lens that can give you that portrait look for portrait photographers, the 105mm 1.4 is the Boca Master. It is a portrait lens. It was designed to capture the identity and the personality of your subject, to really get at portrait. It is still my favorite lens till this date, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And next, I'm going to be coming up with the top 2 lenses that I really just don't go anywhere with. This is my favorite lens. The 105mm 1.4 is my favorite portrait lens of all times. It stays in my bag. It goes everywhere with me. But I do have a second lens that half of you probably already know that goes everywhere with me also. That's gonna come up in my next video. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.